Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, I would like to invite the speaker, Dr. Satkumar Tomar, who will talk about agriculture input management by using satellite data and machine learning. I now request the speaker to begin. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Rajni. And I'm Dr. Satkumar, and I have my colleague Dr. Smita with me, and Mr. Yatish Kumar. So they both are agriculture expert. So I'll speak about the problem, what's the problem that we are trying to solve, and my colleague will talk about the solution, and we'll be happy to take any questions and try to answer that to the best of our ability. So like Rajni mentioned, uh, we are a company working for about from last 4 or 5 years in the sector of agriculture input management by using satellite data and machine learning. And we'll give a background, why we are focusing on satellite data and not on some other technology. Smita, can you move to please to the next slide?
I have it's freezed. Yes, sir.
See, if we look at why we are using satellite data, globally there are many technologies being used, like sensor, which can be on the put at one place in the soil, or it can be tractor held or some other machinery we can put the sensor. But if we look at the globe broadly, we can divide into, there are developed countries which can, where the farmer owns large amount of land, and they can afford the costly technologies also. But our focus is on India and countries similar to India, which we call global south. There, in most of the countries, farmer owns very small amount of land, like about 2 hectare, or sometimes less than 2 hectare. We call it marginal farmer in India. And these are the farmers who cannot afford very costly technologies. So we had to look for a technology which is affordable for these categories of farmer. And we realized that satellite remote sensing, which providing data over entire globe without a need of putting any sensor, without need of going to that particular site. So you save on the logistic cost, you save on the sensor maintenance cost, you save on the sensor cost, and you don't have to put any capital expenditure. So we started focusing on how we can extract value from the satellite data. So we developed many algorithms, which are based on the AI and ML, and try to estimate variables required so that farmer can do the input management. So our objective is we use this latest technology to minimize the input cost, to minimize the input quantity, but as well as increase the crop productivity when we provide the optimal inputs. So that's what our objective is, and we are working in more than 50 countries in global south, and working with about close to 5 lakh of more than 5 lakh of acres, and trying to help the farmers. So this is what we are trying to do. And now my colleague Dr. Smita will take over. Dr. Smita, please start here.
Thank you, Dr. Satkumar. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Smita, working as a head of operations in Satyukt Analytics. As Dr. Sat mentioned about the problem statement or our objective, we have developed an application called as SAT to Farm in order to resolve the one of few of these problems. So we have developed an application called as SAT to Farm, where we are providing the advisories to the farmers, which and this SAT to Farm application is available easily in Google Play Store and App Store, and which is easily downloadable. For basic information, what we need once the farmer has downloaded this application is they need to register with the basic information of their name and from which place they are there, and after that they can log in into the application. Once they log in into the application, there will be an option called as farm, where they need to do only is geotagging their farm. Geotagging, if they mark that farm, we will be providing the advisory to the marked farm. How they have to geotag is like we have two different options. One is walk option. The farmer has to walk all around the boundary of his farm in order to geotag. Or if the farmer already know where exactly his farm is, then he can use that draw option in order to mark the polygon to make it as a geotagged farm. Once the farm is completely geotagged, within few minutes or within 15 to 20 minutes or half an hour, we will be providing all the information regarding sowing to harvesting, what all the requirements are needed. Those informations we will be providing. Along with that, we will be providing satellite based nutrient analysis, crop health, soil moisture. Along with that, weather forecast also we will be providing. I'll be explaining about each features in detail. First, if you look into the soil management, as a farmer, if I want to go for any crop sowing, basic information what I need is how my soil is, whether my soil is fertile enough to go ahead with the any particular crop. For that, I need to go for soil testing. If the soil testing has been done, means generally from the laboratories, they will come and collect the samples and then they will go analyze and they will provide us. It takes some time and also laborious. But with our technology, with through the satellite, we are providing the soil health, basically, especially the macronutrients like nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium, along with soil organic carbon and pH. And this nutrient estimation we are providing in pixel format. For example, if you have 1 acre of farm geotag, means there will be around 36 to 40 pixels, and where you will be getting all the you will be getting exactly how much nutrient content is there in each pixel. If you observe here, for example, in the phosphorus, you in the towards the right side, if you observe, there is a legend from red to blue, which means red is lesser content and blue is higher content. If you can also see the pixels that you can observe in each of the images. And in the same way, we will be saying them the remarks saying that like your nitrogen content is within the standard range or high or low. Accordingly, we will be providing them the recommendation of the particular fertilizer. For example, if the nitrogen content is in the lower range, we will inform the farmer how much they need to apply and what exactly is that particular dose for particular crop. We are providing the right fertilizer, how much they need to apply in either in the form of urea, SSP or DAP, or in the form where whichever that farmers are requested. And basically we are providing the right fertilizer for crop specific, especially for crop specific. If you want for paddy, we will be providing the right fertilizer that is needed based on the based on the report or content which is already available in the soil. And also we will be mentioning the exact dosage, because nowadays we observe that high amount of urea is being applied and the loss might be more. The farmers might not be having idea what exactly, how much exactly they need to apply. So we are also mentioning here in our report saying that what, how much percent or how much of dosage they have to use in order to minimize the overuse or to control underuse of the fertilizers. And at what time they need to apply, that also plays a major role. So for that also we are providing when they need to apply, in how many splits they need to apply, in what stage they need to apply the recommended fertilizers. These informations we will be providing in our reports for better productivity of that particular crop what the farmer mentions. And also we got a patent for this technology of estimating the soil nutrients, especially the nitrogen content. Along with this feature, we have other features in order to maintain the health of the crop. Crop health can generally maintain in different ways. In our application, we are compiling with 3 different resilient approaches in order to maintain the, in order to monitor the health of the crop. First thing is we will be providing the early warning of pest and disease. Here, like every time the pest attack will be there or disease attack will be there, but farmers might not be having idea how it happened. So what we are providing is we are providing the prediction or the forewarning of this pest and disease, where we will be mentioning if, for example, in your crop, say let's say tomato, if the wilt is there, means how exact the symptoms will be visible. What all the symptoms that can be observed if the bacterial wilt is there in tomato crop. And also we will mention where exactly that affects, either shoot or leaf or root, where exactly that affects, that also we will mention. And how it spreads also plays a major role. That information also we are providing, along with which stage that will be infected. If everything, if they observe based on the symptoms what we have mentioned, if they observe these symptoms, we will be providing the solution as well. Like if for example some symptoms they observe, means what solution they need to use, or what they will diagnose by themselves, and solutions we have provided, no, early they can use that solution and they can control the loss of the crop, and also the productivity can be increased. Along with that, for example, pest and disease forewarning, sometimes farmer miss. At that time, what they can do is, if they observe any symptom in the field, they can send us the image. That means for 3 to 4 images, if they provide us, we have an option called as image-based advisory, where if the farmer sends us images, our agricultural experts will analyze what exactly is the solution and what exactly is the problem and what solution is needed. Image-based advisory also we will be providing. If sometimes farmers will send the images, but we will not exactly identify what is the issue, at that time we will directly call the farmers and we will ask them exactly what is the issue, and we will sort out our doubts, and based on that also we will be diagnosing the problem and we will provide the solution. Along with this, we will also provide a satellite based advisory called as NDVI, which is normalized difference vegetative index, where we will be providing how the crop health is there, especially chlorophyll content of that particular field. If you observe in the third image here you can see there is a range from red to green. Red is the health of the crop is not proper, or green is the health of the crop is good enough. So accordingly, the farmer can analyze at that particular portion there is some issue. He can go directly to that portion or that piece of land and then monitor what exactly is the issue. If he observes any of the symptoms what we mentioned in the forewarning, he can use that solution, or if he observes any pest or disease attack is there, means he can send us the images so that we will give them the advisory. With these three-dimensional approach, we are maintaining the health of the crop or monitoring the health of the crop, just to reduce the crop loss and increase the productivity. Along with that, water stress is also one of the major concerns that we are facing in agriculture. So in order to maintain this or manage this water, we also work with 3 different dimensional approaches here as well. One is like soil moisture that we estimate from the satellite. So the farm boundary, whatever they have added, for that we will show them how much of the soil moisture content is there. That again, that too in color code. If red is there, means very less moisture content is there, and blue is there, means good enough or stagnant water content is available in that particular farm. Along with that, we will also mention irrigation, how much they need to irrigate for that particular crop. For example, some paddy crop is there. If they are going with some surface irrigation or sprinkler irrigation, surface irrigation if they are going, means in what frequency they need to apply water for that particular farm, that we will be conveying based on which crop they have added, or how the soil type is, and weather forecast, and also the stage of the crop. Along with these two approaches, we are also providing LSWI in order to maintain this plant moisture content. That is also from the satellite data. With all these features, we have few more features where weather is one of the major feature that we are providing for next 15 days. In that weather features, basically we are concentrating on how much temperature that is there in that particular day, humidity, rainfall, and wind direction. Also, we will be mentioning. Looking into this weather information, the farmer can plan his activities. Like for example, if he wants to apply some fertilizer, if it is raining, even if he applies also, it is of no use. It's a waste of his money, and also it is not useful for the crop also. If rainfall is there, is what it's showing in the weather forecast, means he can plan his activity later stages. I mean, after 2 days, after 3 days, if he apply, he can save money also, and also proper application of the fertilizer or some pesticide, whatever he want to apply will be added. And also if they want to harvest also, then if some rain is there or some wind direction is not good enough, that time also they can plan their activities accordingly. Along with that, for suppose if a new farmer or some farmer who is not having much idea about what all the package of practices or cultivation cultural practices that we need to take in order to get better productivity, means we are also providing the crop calendar for best farm practices, where we are mentioning like how much fertilizer we need to apply, what sprayings that we need to consider, in what stage it is needed. All the informations we will be providing. And if any weed management is required, means we will be providing when they need to do weed management or apply weedicides also. And other intercultural operations are required, means that also we are providing in crop calendar, and that too we are providing in day wise. So these are the major features what we have in our Satiform application. As we said that soil health is the major feature what we have, that we are providing once in season, that is once in 6 months. And also we are providing the recommendation part, and the resolution of this, since this is a satellite based, and the resolution of this is 10 meter by 10 meter resolution. Along with this, pest and disease forewarning, that frequency is once in a week. We will be updating the forewarning of any pest or disease in order to take preventive measures. And also image based diagnosis is we generally, if the farmer add that images within 3 to 4 or 5 working hours, we will be providing the we will diagnose the problem and we will provide the optimum solutions. And crop calendar, instantly as soon as they geotag the farm, they'll get the crop calendar and they can plan accordingly the farm activities. And the soil moisture is also satellite based feature, which is provided in once in 12 days, where the irrigation water management can be done. And this soil moisture resolution is around 20 meter into 20 meter resolution. Along with the soil moisture, irrigation advisory also we are providing, where the frequency is daily, every day we are providing in order to schedule their irrigation. LSWO is also satellite based, which is provided once in 5 days. Weather forecast is daily weather forecast that we can observe. And also crop calendar, crop health we are providing, which is also satellite based, which is 10 meter by 10 meter resolution. With all these features, what farmers are benefiting from the features are like, we are providing every feature in all the local languages, around 20 plus local languages we have in our application. If they go ahead with whatever we are mentioning in our application, they can definitely minimize the input. At the same time, they can maximize the productivity as well. Along with this, the crop stress also can be monitored and health can be increased, so that the productivity will definitely increase. And also we will be helping them to identify the poor performing regions within the farm. Based on that, they can take the precautionary measures or required actions can be taken in order to reduce the loss. And based on the feedback from the farmers, we have observed some impact, where we can see that with the usage of the Satiform application, around 60% of yield is increased only based on the pest and disease forewarning or image based advisory kind, like forewarning of this or pest and disease observation. With the help of this, they have increased the yield of about 60%. And also with the right amount of fertilizer and dosage of this fertilizer, they have reduced the cost of around 45%. And overall, if you observe, with the use of entire application, they have increased the yield for about 25%. And for this Satiform application, as I already mentioned, there are around 20 plus languages are available in our application. We are currently giving around 140 plus crops advisory. Along with that, we are working in 50 plus countries with the services to around 5 lakh acres. For this Satiform application, we are having around 3 different business models. One is like partnership model, where we will be working with the partners in different regions, where they can use the Satiform app to their clients anywhere in the world. And the second option is like API integration. Suppose they are having their mobile application and they want our service, means we are also working on this integration model of our APIs into their platforms. And the third option what we have is like white labeling model. And if they don't have any application in their company means we will be providing them the application along with whatever services we have. Basically, it's a rebranding of our application. These are the three business models that we are following with this service. So how generally we are delivering our application, our services are like, one is mobile application. If you can download that in the Google or App Store, and along with that APIs I already mentioned, and this web dashboard is also we are providing our services. So basically, our focus is on to the product called SAT to Farm, but along with that, we have other products also called as SAT for Risk, where we are providing the risk report of that particular farm, where we mention crop loss, drought loss, or health of the crop, all these features which helps the financial and risk management institutions in order to give the credits. Along with that, in a larger scale, if you want like region wise or state wise, if you want crop analysis in that way, means like crop area mapping or crop stage or crop health, we are providing another product called as SAT for Agri, where agricultural stakeholders can make use of this and monitor at the regional scale. So when you look into the few feedbacks from the farmers, a farmer from Ramnagar, they have used our application especially for the nutrient, and the farmer was very happy with the nutrient dosage what we have mentioned and what is the nutrient content of his farm. He was very happy, and suggestions were well taken from the farmer. And for another farmer called as Somnath, he used our feature of like pest and disease forewarning, and there was some crop loss in his neighbor farm. And if after using our Satisfarm application, he observed some pest or disease, and he analyzed, diagnosed, and his yield was better compared with his neighboring farm. And one more farmer from the Ramnagar, he was happy with the soil moisture feature, where he observed like moisture content was more. That's why his crop was not growing better. And looking into our service and soil moisture image, and then he went and he checked that particular region, and he observed that water stagnation was there, and he removed that water, and then the crop was good enough, and it went well to him. So this farmer was happy with that soil moisture service. And if you look into other farmer like chemical sprays, like whatever pesticides we convey them based on the image based advisory, he shared us the images, and he told that looks healthy but still plant is not growing. Then we observed that there is a deficiency of the nutrients, and then we analyzed and we have given the solution to them. And that farmer sprayed the nutrient, especially nitrogen deficient related chemical or solution, and then he got his better crop. And as Dr. Sat already mentioned, that we are mainly focusing on South Global, and where we are having footprints in around 50 plus countries, and in India majorly we are covering all the states. And we also got ISO certificate for this quality management and information system integration system. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Smita, for a very detailed presentation. Now I will take up some questions.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So the first question is, how does satellite data help in deciding the right amount of fertilizer and water?
So let's say if we look at the fertilizer, so what we are doing, maybe Smita, you can show the this. Okay, you have taken the.
Yes, I show this.
You can show the soil testing report. So what we are doing, we are using satellite data, and we have by using machine learning, we are estimating the soil testing parameters. These are the 5 parameters we are estimating: N, P, the K, These are like nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, soil organic carbon, and pH value. And depending upon the crop type and this soil report, we recommend based on the ICR guidelines how much fertilizer farmer has to apply and when they have to apply and which kind of fertilizer they need to apply.
Okay. And how accurate are machine learning models in predicting crop health and yield?
See, in predicting the soil testing, typically we get about 85 to 95% accuracy, depending upon the parameters and soil conditions and other environmental parameters.
Okay. Can you put some more light on this point?
Yeah, see, there are parameters like, soil organic carbon and nitrogen, where we get accuracy or relatively higher, close to 95%. Then pH is in the middle, and phosphorus and potassium are slightly on lower side, relatively lower side, which are close to 85%. And we have collected about a very large number of data set across India, and we keep on collecting as and when required. And outside India also, through our channel partners, we keep getting the data, so we keep on refining our model and compare. So we typically use about two-thirds of data for calibrating our model, training our machine learning model, and remaining one-third for testing our model. That's how we get these accuracy parameters.
Okay. And can small farmers access satellite-based advisory services at an affordable cost?
Yes. So even farmer owning about quarter of an acre, they can access the satellite-based service. I mean, we are not providing for garden or something, but even a farmer owning quarter of an acre, and I feel most of the farms in India and many countries are at least about 1 acre. So, but there can be chances if they are half an acre or something, they can also access this service. And this service is, if we look at our app, we are charging about 100 rupees per month. That is about 1200 rupees per year per acre.
Okay. And just one second. Yeah. Okay. How does this technology help in early detection of crop stress, pests, or diseases?
Yeah. So there are three way we are focusing on the pest and disease management. One is we call forewarning or early warning. So we look at the weather forecast data, because for every pest and disease, they need certain environmental condition in which they can grow. So we have hourly weather forecast data for next 15 days. We look at that, and we have developed the database and this machine learning algorithm. So which will tell there are chances this pest and disease can come. You can see the screenshot, maybe it's not so readable. uh, this is how the symptom looks like, and if it appears, you can apply a particular solution. So we provide the generic solution, you can buy it of any brand. This is one part. Second segment is we do the crop health monitoring based on the satellite data, which is the NDVI. And NDVI is like a chlorophyll content or how green a crop looks like. So it can tell there is some problem, but not what exactly the problem is, which pest and disease there are. But if you see a dip in NDVI, a farmer can visit the farm and take a picture of the exact part of the farm where they are facing the problem. They upload this image, it will come up to our system, and AIML will figure out what is the exact pest and disease. And but our agriculture expert, like Dr. Smita, Yatish, and we have other agriculture team, they will also verify it and then recommend the solutions to the farmer, that this is the kind of a generic solution you need to apply to take care of this pest and disease. So that's how in three way we are trying to solve this problem.
Okay. Just okay. And can satellite data help in site-specific nutrient management?
These are site specific, these are farm specific. We are not giving generic recommendation. See, generic recommendations are already available. but they are not helpful for farmer. If you tell for paddy you need to apply so much of nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfate, or something, DAP or urea or something like that, but it's not same quantity, for even within the same taluka, same district. The See, if you look at my village, in my village I have my farm in different part of the village. The soil is not same, and it's within the same village. So how can we give the same recommendation for a crop across this entire district or for entire region? This is not possible. So what we are trying to do for every farm, like in acre, 1 acre we have about 40 gunta. So every gunta we are giving one, how the soil testing report looks like. But for practical purpose, for one entire farm, we are giving recommendation to the farmer how much they need to apply. So everything is location specific, farm specific.
Okay, right. How frequently is farm data updated through satellites?
See, there are different frequencies. The crop health is going once in 5 days. There are some data. Soil testing, here you can see the frequencies. The soil testing we are doing once in a season because we need a barren soil. So before the season we will do the soil testing, provide the recommendation, and farmer can follow the recommendation for the crop cycle. Then pest and disease warning we are doing for every week. Then image based diagnosis, farmer can apply whenever they want, and within 3 to 5 working hours will provide the solution. Crop calendar every day, these are available for the entire crop duration. Soil moisture, as of now it's once in 12 days, but recently India and NASA, or ISRO and NASA, have launched this satellite called NISAR, NASA ISRO SAR. Once that data is available, so we feel this 12 days will become maybe about a week. And irrigation advisory every day we are updating. And this land surface water index, which is about moisture in the plant, once in 5 days we are updating. Weather forecast every day we update, and we are providing it for next 2 weeks. Crop health again we are updating for every 5 days we are updating.
Okay. And, what kind of mobile apps or dashboards are available for farmers?
So we call it set to farm. Like Smita, maybe you can show the screen. And it's available for both Android also and for the iOS also. And for web, of course, anywhere you can open it. And this is how the front screen looks like.
Okay. Okay. And how does this system reduce input costs and environmental impact?
Yeah. See what happens if you look at typically in India, if we focus on India, farmer applies 2 to 3 times of the urea than the required amount. So what happens? This extra urea, it's not helping. It's waste of the amount of money for the farmer, and government subsidize the urea, so it waste of the money for the government of India. And we import most of our urea from outside India, so we are spending so much of money is going outside India. And so this is the economic part. But if you look at this extra urea, whatever is not being consumed by the crop, this will go either into the air as the air pollution, or it will go into the groundwater. It will leach into the groundwater, and it will create pollution, groundwater pollution. Or it can go as a runoff into the river, and it will create surface, the surface water pollution. Many times you might have seen folks coming in river, etc. So that's because of, many time because of this extra nitrate. There may be some other reason also. So we are trying to save this environmental part. This is one part on the fertilizer part. But if you look at this water part, uh, I think close to 90% of the fresh water in India is being used for the agriculture. And typical irrigation water use efficiency in India is about 30%. So it means if the crop requires 3 liter of water, we are providing 10 liter of water. So this 7 liter is a waste. Some waste we can't avoid, it has to be there. but we feel at least this 10 can be brought to maybe let's say 7. So we can increase our irrigation water efficiency from 30% to 50%. So that's we are trying to focus. And how we can do it? Typically, if you look at agriculture package of practice, they will say you irrigate 3 times in a season, 4 times in a season for this particular crop at this time, this stage. But assume if rain is expected to come in that particular season, or the look at the other side, if the wind is very high or the temperature is very high, you may have to irrigate at more much more frequency. So we are providing the dynamic irrigation advisory. These are not static, you can just look at download today and get for entire year. Every day we are updating based on the weather forecast data. So when we provide this, we feel we can try to save some amount of water from the surface, also from the groundwater also, and increase our irrigation water efficiency. As you might be knowing, we are losing about 30 centimeter of groundwater table per year on an average in India.
Okay. Well,
So Rajni, I was not able to hear you. I think there was some break in the voice.
can can FPOs use satellite insights for
Of
area-wide
course,
crop planning and insurance claims?
of course, like so there is one product for the input management. Like Smita mentioned, we have other products also where you can see what's happening in around your area. Smita, can you? Yes. So if you look at set for agri, this is for regional, information. So the region can be anything. It can be a village also. It can be anything more than a farm. You want to know what's happening in that particular area. Maybe I can mention here, we are working in central UP for the sugar cane. So we are mapping the sugar cane for the entire area and look at when the sowing is happening, harvesting is happening, how is the water stress, crop health for entire area, what is the expected yield, what is the expected sugar content in the sugar cane. So all these regional insights are also available, which you can use, for your planning purpose. So this sugarcane meal is using. I don't want to name the sugarcane meal because I should have asked them before. So this can be used for anybody who is interested in the regional insights. And we have similarly one product called Set for Risk, which provide the farm risks report. So we are also again working with a few institutions to provide them the farm risk information, so that you can customize your product for the credit or for the insurance purpose.
Okay. Okay. And I think one or two questions left. Okay. What skills or infrastructure are needed at a farm level to adopt this technology?
If somebody knows how to use mobile, that's good enough. I mean, mobile means a smartphone.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And any other infrastructure is required
Nothing else. Yeah, they'll just
on
to,
the
if
farm
somebody has a smartphone, that's good enough. We don't need anything else.
to set up this app
Nothing,
with it?
nothing. If somebody has a smartphone, that's good enough. Nothing else is required.
Okay. 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 And you're charging anything for these apps?
Of course,
Okay.
yeah. Like I was
Okay. You're charging anything for these apps?
yes. We need to run a company, we need to pay the salaries.
Hello?
We are charging
Yeah.
1,200 rupees per acre per year.
Per acre per year. Okay. 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 Okay, Dr. Sat. So before we end, please let us know little about your career background and how you started your company and what made you to start your company actually.
Yeah, so my brief background is I come from a village in western UP. It's a district called Bijnor. And I have done myself farming till the age of about 20, 21 year old. And then I have done my BTech, Polytechnic, then BTech in civil engineering. Then I got selected in ISC Bangalore. You might be aware of Indian Institute of Science. And from there I did my master and PhD, and I was largely working on using satellite remote sensing data in agriculture and water resources. Then I went to France to do my postdoc, and again working on combining different satellite data to get a better resolution in space and in time. Then I came back, did one company with one partner for some time, didn't work out. And then I started my own company. So I and then Dr. Yukti Gill, she is also PhD from Banaras Hindu University, and she also comes from farming background in Meerut district in Western UP. So we both are husband wife, and we started this company. And since we had the skill in this segment, and we knew the pain points of farmer, because we come from the same background, we have seen what happens on the ground. So we felt we can try to solve the problem. Then government is quite friendly nowadays. They provide many grants for innovative uh, technologies. So we try to pitch for one, application of technology in agriculture. We got that grant. Uh, it's called BIG grant, Bio Technology Ignition Grant. We got that. We started developing something, and then things started moving out. Then there is a one arm of NABARD. It's called NAB Venture. It's a VC firm. They invested in us. Then we put, I started going much more down into it, and that's how the journey started. Then again NAB Venture started, then Social Alpha invested, and then C Camp, it's a part of the, it's an incubator in Bangalore, they invested in us. So that's how the journey started. We refined our model, spent a lot of time on the field, and then started refining our business model. And of course we have a team, like 2 person are there, but we are a team of about having people from software, from remote sensing, from data science, of course from agriculture. There are the sales team and other people. So everybody is working together to make this reality, and things are going good. We are trying to help the marginal farmers which are typically ignored, and we feel happy when we get good feedback from them that we are trying to help them and they are getting benefited out of it. Like, Smita was mentioning, um, there are some farmer where we saved their crop from the pest and disease impact because we gave them timely solution. Because typically in the ecosystem, I don't want to blame somebody, but um, the farmer gets very very generic recommendation. They may be having any pest or disease, but the solutions are different. you know very generic solution. So there may be lucky if they get, if the solution works, but most of the time it doesn't work, and farmer lose money also, and they lose the crop also. So we are trying to help them, and we are, uh, moving ahead, and we are being successful. Of course it's humongous, it requires humongous effort, but coming from the farming background, we know, how to tackle such kind of problems, and then we are patient, and things are working. And then we started working in India. We got queries from outside India also, so we thought, why not expand outside India, and we are doing well outside India also. So we are developing something in India and then exporting outside India. Typically it's, most of the time other way around. Some western will come, and then they will develop some solution and they try to export to India. So we feel happy we are contributing to the economy of country, contributing to the, marginal farmers. Yeah, I think that's it in brief. Maybe Smita and Yatish, if you want to add something.
Yes. Dr. Smita, you can let us know a little about yourself.
Yes, I am also from farming background, and we have like coconut farm where we have only coconut we will be considering. And my qualification is I did my PhD in agriculture in University of Agricultural Science GKVK Bangalore, and even my masters and undergraduation is also from University of Agricultural Sciences. And basically we I work in agriculture and allied sectors before joining to Satyukt also, and after joining to Satyukt we are working in this mission to help the marginal farmers as of now. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Okay. And Mr. Yatish, you would like to add anything?
Yeah, hi. So
Hi.
basically, I am also from Kadapa district, Andhra Pradesh, which is not moreover called as a dry area typically, where crop rotations are very few and we take one or two crops hardly in a year. So coming from farming background and having my masters in agriculture, it's very happy to be a part of the organization and contribute to the journey of the organization.
Okay, and what's your role in Satyukt?
I work here as operations manager.
Acha, okay.
Actually, most of my colleagues, they are from the farming background. They have done farming themselves. So we are not, doing something hypothetical, sitting in the lab, just thinking what might benefit the farmer. We understand firsthand what problem farmer faces. So we feel we are able to make some impact.
Okay. Okay, that's very good to know. So I think now we have come to end of question round. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we'd like to thank you, all three of you, for joining this meeting and answering all the questions and making the very interesting presentation. So we'll be ending this meeting now. Hope this presentation will be useful to our members also and other people who are watching will be watching the video on the YouTube also. So we'll be ending this meeting now. Thank you, everyone.
Surely. Thank you for inviting us here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you. Bye-bye.